Good day and greetings, one and all. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Let's Play Scratches, the Director's Cut Edition, the unofficial final episode. To be honest, this last video is going to be just a little thanks for watching and extra plus additional content experience. So, let us get right into it, shall we? First of all, my thanks to you. As always, my deepest thanks to all my viewers, yes, of course, you guys, male ones, female ones, children, zombies, aliens, monsters, ghosts, and etc. Thank you all very much for watching my Let's Play of Scratches. It means a lot to me, believe me, that you experienced this amazing horror adventure together with this humble Let's Player on YouTube. My goal is always to bring the sometimes ignored or forgotten stories of great tales to the people, and this one was such a tale. Scratches is often seen as an average point-and-click video game by most human individuals, which is a shame, considering that the story is so very detailed, emotional, and outstandingly atmospheric. I sincerely hope that I was able to bring the tragic history of the Blackwood family closer to you noble watchers out there. I love Scratches DC, and if you were, and still are, satisfied with my performance, then I am satisfied as well. So, now that we have the whole thanks for watching speech out of the way, let us get to something a little more interesting. Extra content. Yes, indeed. Some of you now might be thinking, wait a second, TSC, there is bonus stuff to be found and etc. in a game like Scratches. What could it possibly be? Well, thankfully, it is nothing ridiculous like useless achievements, concept art that nobody ever takes a look at, or God knows what else that wouldn't fit into this game's universe. No, no, no. There is only one extra, one that does not even need to be unlocked. You can basically get it whenever the hell you feel like it. For the most part, that is. And to not be stamped as a filthy liar, this is actually the only extra I know of. The internet doesn't mention any other goodies, therefore I am simply gonna roll with one extra to amaze them all. Alrighty then, let us get to the main event of this episode, the super special, amazingly unique, ultimate omega thingy-majingy I'm in space bonus content extra. It is an alternate, but more importantly, secret ending. Yes, you heard right. Think you've seen everything Scratches has to offer? Think again. When the Director's Cut edition of Scratches was released, a secret ending was also added to the game. I am not 100% sure if it was already within the Director's Cut pack or simply added via a patch, but seriously, does it matter? No. What does matter though is that we are going to take a short look at it. Why a short look at a secret ending? You shall see very soon. Now, first of all, you have to understand the following. The secret ending of Scratches DC cannot, I repeat, cannot be achieved by simple means. A different choice of dialogue, or perhaps a unique item that has to be used in a certain location? No. This is, in fact, one of those gimmicky endings and requires you, us, the player, to endure a trial of tiresome busy work. This is how it works, and I am only gonna explain it once, how to get the secret ending, so listen good. Step number 1, requirement. The most bothersome of them all, you will need to inspect Michael Arthade's typewriter at every given hour of the game. Yes, I am not kidding, you heard right. As soon as the game begins, you immediately need to rush for the guest room, put out the typewriter and onto the table with the bloody thing. The way Scratches works is that time slowly progresses whenever you trigger certain events or collect new items. The game begins at around, I think, 9 a.m. on the first day. Do anything but putting down and inspecting the typewriter, and the clock will probably advance from 9 to 10 a.m. eventually. That means you have ballsed it up, screwed it up, you lose, pal. Please start up a new game. Sounds quite tedious, doesn't it? Let us not forget that there are 3 days within the game. There are, of course, a few ways to make sure that no hour is lost. For example, look at the clock in the entrance room to check the time every now and then. Or, to make it even simpler, head to the Save Load menu. It will always display what time it currently is. Thus, you can inspect the typewriter and then proceed with the game until the Save Load screen shows that another hour has passed away. Okay, whew, shish. Still with me? Good. So, the more you inspect the bloody typewriter, I love saying that, the more often Michael will tell you, us, the player, a different comment about it. Eventually, you will reach the part of the game where you will need to call former police chief William Bailey about the Blackwoods. If you have inspected the typewriter at every given hour, and this is the exciting part, you will not just listen to a long phone conversation, but instead be presented with 2 dialogue options in the middle of the call, just like when Michael called the bank. These options are nothing special to kill any hype. They basically lead towards the same result. However, it is important to each time select the second option, second, lower one. If you don't do it, select the first one, the upper one, then it's back to the beginning. Sorry. Well, my brain is about to implode from all the talking, so let us get to the finale. After the call, you will continue to inspect the typewriter at every given hour. Eventually, and I do mean eventually, if you have done everything right, if you have inspected the typewriter at every given hour and chose the lower dialogue options within the call, you will be presented with a short but new entry in Michael's journal that simply states, "I am not Michael Arthate." And with that, we are almost done. Almost. Upon receiving that very special entry, simply continue the game as usual until you reach the hidden basement of Robin on the 3rd day. There, you will receive your reward. Damn! That is quite a convoluted thing, isn't it? Jesus Christ, I've been talking straight for over 8 minutes already. Alright, where was I? Alright, of course, the secret ending. It is just like, say, Silent Hill 2, isn't it? Where you constantly have to inspect otherwise useless items within the inventory again and again to influence the ending you will ultimately receive. But enough digressing. In any case, this is the part where I'd show you the secret ending, one and all. If only there wasn't the slight, I don't know, problem that I just played through the entire fucking thing, and I really don't feel like putting myself through the entire depressing journey again just to receive a gimmicky ending. Excuse me. Therefore, enjoy shamelessly stolen footage taken from YouTube user Machiner6, without permission, of course. Sir Machiner6, if you should ever stumble upon this very video, good sir, please forgive me. My apologies, but also appreciation that you went through all the trouble to receive this extra ending. With all of that said, I'm pretty sure he will never forgive me. Let us take a look at it, shall we? Here we have the entrance to Robin's prison. Pay close attention, one and all, upon opening the door, and even before that, by looking through the bars, you can see that the hole in the back of the room is still there, like usually, right? But now that we have actually entered the room, the hole is gone. It magically disappeared. Why? Well, the explanation is simple. Because the scene for opening the door was only developed once and not reshot for the secret ending. Instead of the hole, however, we this time have a mysterious corpse in one of the corners. What a grim image, isn't it? And what if we hear a note located right next to the skeleton? Let me read this out loud, ladies and gentlemen. Who could this poor fellow be? They didn't stop. I thought they did, but they kept buzzing in my head. The whispers. They are in me right now, even during my agony. Locking myself here in this godforsaken place was pointless. But I had no choice anyway. Not after I did. They would have found me. First my son, then Catherine, and Milton. Oh my God. I left Milton rotting inside the crypt. He was half alive when he gasped my name. His last word. And I closed it. I shut the coffin and never looked back. I am a savage, a murderer. And my beloved Catherine, beaten to death and now all tangled in roots, ripping her body. What have I done? Oh, what have I done? It's all their fault. They made me do it. The whispers. And even here, deep down this hole, they just won't leave me. Upon putting the note down, Michael will continue to utter the following sentences in subtitle form. As I dropped the letter, I couldn't contain the tears in my eyes. But I wasn't crying for Blackwood. I was crying for myself. I had it in me too. It was the only explanation. I had lost my mind. I left it there in Blackwood Manor forever. Afterwards, Michael will simply walk out of the basement. He simply leaves the property of the Blackwoods with his car, of course, the same scene we have already witnessed once, followed by the credits. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about what we just witnessed, shall we? Apparently, in this secret ending, there is no mutated Robin, only the corpse of none other than James T. Blackwood, which basically cancels out the events of the last visit. In this ending, James actually killed his son, wife, and even best friend Christopher Milton. The roles are reversed. Not Milton stored James's dead body within the crypt. James killed Milton and left him within it, only to lock himself away, trapped in madness, slowly dying of old age or starvation, I presume. And Michael? He succumbed to the madness as well, the insanity caused by the mask. His life is basically over at this point. He has lost his mind, and only death remains. The Blackwood Manor claimed his very soul. So, what do you guys think about it? Sort of seems to be a bad secret ending, right? Michael solved the mystery of the manor, but lost his mind in the process. It does remind me of other secret but negative outcomes to video games. For example, Silent Hill 3. If you achieved a high score in that game by killing almost every single monster in a certain way, I think, you would receive an ending similar to the normal good one. However, the main character would end up killing her only remaining friend, as if evil had cursed her after all. Very ominous, very depressing. It is quite amusing that we players sometimes have to work for an ending that will only turn out to be a downer, much more depressing and negative than the original normal ending, isn't it? But well, in the end it is of course an optional finisher to the story. You are not forced to accept this new depressing reality, so who the hell am I to talk? I personally prefer the original ending over the secret one, where James did not murder his family, but was just a poor soul trying to save himself from the crime he had committed and its consequences, losing everything in the process. Huh, to each his and her own, isn't that right? And so it seems that our journey has come to the real end at long last. Despite my much earlier message of gratitude, let me just speak it out one more time. Thank you all so very much for watching my narration-filled, slow-paced let's play of this point-and-click horror adventure. I hope you found this final episode somewhat informative and interesting as well. With all of that said, we are done. Oh yes, before I forget it, there is still another topic left. Indeed, Team Nucleosis. Those guys were the developers behind Scratches. The company was founded in 2003. Jesus Christ, it's been a long time ever since that date. By Augustine Cordes and Alejandro Graciani, as I already explained in the very beginning of this Let's Play. But sadly, they disbanded towards the end of 2009. It is always a shame to lose such great developers behind amazing games like this one. What made Scratches shine the most was its oh so very detailed and emotional story, the constant depressing atmosphere of the manor, begging Michael to discover its history. Goodbye, Team Nucleosis. You will be missed. Rest in peace. Well, it certainly is a good thing that Augustine Cordes would move on to become the author and designer of Asylum. Indeed, Asylum, an upcoming survival horror adventure game currently being developed by Team Senscape. an independent video game developer located in Buenos Aires, Argentina, just like Team Nucleosis. Isn't that a surprise? You better believe it, when I found out about it, which was only just recently, I was pleasantly shocked. There is not a lot I happen to know about Team Sandscape, since the Wikipedia page for those guys has yet to be created. However, Asylum was officially announced on July 9th, 2010. There are already quite a few screenshots, as well as some videos on the net. In fact, you can find the link to the YouTube channel in the description below. Even though it has not been all that active for some time, the adventure, however, is scheduled to be released later this year in 2012, as announced by the team on the 24th of January on their Twitter. Hey, developing is not simple, kids. Those guys are trying to run a business. Give them some time. Be patient. Keep this game in your thoughts, please, one and all. Once this bombshell hits, you should all be there to experience a new horror adventure that will most likely be outstandingly amazing. Do not forget, nowadays the small groups of people seem to be the true masters of horror. Scratches, Cry of Fear, Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Big companies for some reason just don't seem to get it right anymore. They are aiming their games towards the mainstream. Have more action, less horror and story. It is a shame, but oh well. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TheShadowCookie. Thank you all for watching this Let's Play, and I shall leave you with a lovely gameplay video, once again shamelessly stolen from the web. In fact, from the very YouTube channel of Sandscape. All copyright, of course, belonging to those guys. Do not forget to check their, by now a little bit old but still somewhat interesting webpage, www.facethehorror.com. Link, of course, in the description below. Please enjoy. TheShadowCookie, signing out. See you all next Let's Play.